So the Russia Vladivostok mission is the largest geographic mission in the world. It's roughly the size of the United States, and while I was there was about 58 missionaries and 9 branches, 400 active members. So pretty small. We took a lot of flights on my mission, and I didn't even travel the most. I took 31 flights, just getting to different areas. And there were 2 big branches. Both had about 80 people going to church every Sunday, give or take, depending on the time. Because it's really close to China, Mongolia, and on the eastern side, on that coast next to Japan, there are a lot of Asians. On Sakhalin, one of the islands, it used to be a part of Japan, or a part of Korea. Actually, I don't remember which one it was, but there were a lot of Asians there, and each city had its own demographic. They each had different majorities and minorities. Like the last city I served in, it's Ulan-Ude. It's 2 hours away from the Mongolian border. Most everyone there is Mongolian or Buratian, which is very close to Mongolian, and so there was a lot different culture there, mostly Buddhist, and their demeanor is different. Their culture is completely different there. Whereas like in Vladivostok, almost everybody, it's, Russian, Pravoslavny, it's like a very Russian city. We mostly taught in Russian because that was our mission language, and almost everybody spoke Russian. But there have been many cases of missionaries teaching Mongolians, Chinese, Armenians. There are a lot of Middle Eastern people out there as well. And so you do get a little bit of cultural diversity. But most everyone speaks Russian, and has some sort of Russian blood in them if they're living there. But I taught a Mongolian, and it just kind of depends on the area that you're in, but there are quite a few different languages in like the gospel principles books on the shelves. So you do kind of get a mix, and that's kind of why I feel like that area of Russia is a little bit, I guess, more lax in that kind of Russian culture, because I know as you get more to Moscow, it is definitely more like a little bit racist. Kind of, they're just very proud of their Russianness, and they kind of discriminate a little bit against other nationalities. But in the East, I think because there's not as many people and it's just a little bit spread out, there's a little bit more of a feeling of community and acceptance there. Oh, the nearest temple. So because our mission was so big, it was different on different ends of the mission. So on the east side of the mission, the closest temple was the Seoul, Korea temple. And on the other side of the mission, it was the Kyiv, Ukraine temple. But if you think about it, that's just 2 very opposite sides of the world. So it's just, and they're both pretty long flights to get either way. So it's just middle of Siberia. It's pretty isolated, but it's really cool to see how much growth we're seeing though.